Mm.
Okay. I think we're going. We're going, Matt.
We're going. Well, hey.
We're going. Welcome to Big Talk. So we've been playing around with the new thing today, so we might be showing you things on this recording. It's very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, let's crack right on, because Matt's already told me the topic, and this is a topic that I am very excited about. I love this topic.
Oh, yeah. Topical and also timeless. It's both. It's one of those rare ones that's both.
Yeah. I mean, we brought this up in the last call, like briefly, didn't we? Or the call before.
We did. Very briefly. We may have brought this exact thing up. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'll apologise first because I'm a little bit ill.
You're ill?
And I may break into coughing fits. So apologies to your ears, those people listening, in advance.
Aren't you going into summer now?
Yes.
So you're going to get a horrid summer cold.
Yeah. Oh, I've had it since last week.
Gross.
I know. Cold.
I got my flu shot, so I'm going to be completely fine through winter, I think.
Oh, fantastic!
Got to get your flu shot, guys and girls. You know, if it's winter where you are, unless you're in the northern hemisphere, then enjoy the summer, you fuckers.
You've had a year of summer, so
it's probably been about 18 months since I've seen snow. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair comment.
Good grief. We didn't have any snow. We didn't have much. We had like a dusting of snow during the winter.
Right.
But it wasn't much, and I'm not sad about that because I don't like the snow. Isn't it amazing how we're talking about the weather? We're so bloody British. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. On a show where we're supposed to cut out the small talk, we've talked about
the small talk
and the weather.
Talking about the weather. Jesus Christ. Okay, well then.
One more thing we have no real sort of training in. Podcasts, sticking to
the format.
You know, we're going to talk about really big things, and then we do 3 weeks of talking about Game of Thrones.
3? It must have been 4.
It probably was 4.
Yeah. Well,
that's gone now. Before we start, though, Matt, have you found your Rebound? Have you found your Rebound TV show?
No,
you haven't.
No, I haven't. No,
I've heard Chernobyl's quite good. It's the new sexy TV show on the block.
Okay. Well, we'll see when it ends. We'll see when it ends. If it ends well, then I'll watch it.
Yeah. Just Matt can't be hurt again too soon.
Yeah, exactly. I really can't.
He's been on Facebook all week, ladies and gentlemen, saying all TV shows are bastards and they hurt your feelings. And everyone's just been asking him if he's okay, hun. And he's been just asking them to PM him.
Yeah, DM me,
babe. DM me, hun.
It used to be so different. Like, I don't know whether it's just the cynicism that comes with age. But I used to watch things like Small. Did you ever watch Smallville?
Nah.
Oh man.
Is this a segue, Matt? I feel a segue coming on.
It's getting to be a segue. It would have been a fluid segue if you hadn't have mentioned it was a segue.
If I hadn't have peeked behind the curtain and just sort of alluded to what we're talking about today.
Well, fuck the segue. Throwing the segue out the window. We're talking about cults today. Cults.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, we're talking because Smallville was going to go to Alison Mack. And that was going to get into the cult, which I can't. How do you pronounce that cult?
It's Nexium.
I always say Nexium.
Yeah.
Isn't there a V in it?
There is, but then that's like Churches, isn't it? The pop group Churches, which is actually churches, but they spelt it with a V.
So they spelt Nexium without an E and with a V instead of a U.
Yeah, so everyone can find it on YouTube. That's why they've got. There's got to be why they've done it.
They have YouTube videos?
Not probably. I would imagine so. Let's have a check.
Oh my word! So recently, these guys, the main guy, well, he's gone on trial, hasn't he? Keith Raniere. He's gone on trial. The cult leader from NXIVM, and
God, I'm having trouble.
There's some shit coming out about that guy. About some of the stuff he did.
He's a bad dude. Now I know my cults. I know my cults, and he's a bad dude.
He's yes, and but it's interesting. Like I think we mentioned just before we started.
Yeah.
On Wikipedia, NXIVM is not. It's not said to be a cult. It's said to be NXIVM type privately held company, industry, multi-level marketing, personal development.
Yeah.
Not a single mention of it being a cult.
Yeah. So this is the dude. I'll show you the dude.
Let's see him. Let's see Keith.
This is him.
There he is.
Hello,
Keith.
Yeah, bad bastard, you.
Yeah, that's a face that says I'm going to fuck your wife.
And this is the thing. This is like, right, so I love cults, okay? I don't love them. I just love watching them. It's like...
They're fascinating, aren't they?
Everyone loves like the whole like murder stuff on like Netflix and stuff like that, making a murder and just like how to fuck up your significant other in 3 easy steps, those types of shows.
Yes.
The second one not being a show, but that's basically what it's telling you to do. And I just love watching documentaries on cults. But the thing that really surprises me is that categorically the top dog will always fuck someone's wife.
Everyone's wife.
Like everyone. Like you've got, if you're in that situation, like I love self-improvement. Like I love self-development. I do courses and everything like that. And not once have I been to one and been there for a significant amount of time and then realized a lot of wives are getting fucked in this. You know, like so I'm pretty sure I haven't joined a cult yet. As soon as I'm in like a self-development thing to like, you know, live your best life 2.0 or something like that. And then they're like, right, so you know, it's all about confidence, success, you know, openness to change. We're gonna fuck your wife. So I'd be like, hey, sorry. So yeah, sorry, you're gonna fuck our wives. Yeah. But we'll talk about that later. It's, no, how many wives are you fucking? Okay, I'm fucking all the wives. Cool, I'm out. You know. But it just never seems
I don't think they make it that obvious.
But even if you're one of the wives, aren't you just sort of thinking, hang on, he's fucking a lot of other wives? You know?
There'd be some way to rationalize it, I reckon. There'd be some way to rationalize it.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, I imagine you're getting brainwashed, aren't you?
But, I mean, basically, yeah. Basically.
There's a significant amount of brainwashing going on, I'm sure.
And it would be... I feel like it's very easy if you're using certain things, it's very, very easy. If you're preying on certain people, like this guy...
yeah.
Like this guy, Keith, he seemed to be preying on young women in Hollywood. And young women in Hollywood are like gazelle in a city full of lions.
Yeah, you've got like, how many people have you got in LA? You've got like something like, well, in like California, something like 68 million people or something.
Right, well, there's that. And how many young women go to Hollywood to make it?
And have been for probably about 100 years now.
Have been, yeah, exactly, since Hollywood began.
Yeah.
And I mean, they'll at a certain point they're willing to do anything. So easy prey, man. Easy prey. Easy to brainwash. And so I mean,
and here's the thing. So it draws a significant amount of parallels to another Los Angeles-based group as well, doesn't it?
What, Hollywood in general?
Well, no. This NXIVM.
Oh,
So I was reading.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Hollywood in general.
Yeah, well, like I was reading the thing on it, and basically they're trying to get him on like the whole sex slave thing, and like branding the women, which is that's dirty, man. That's horrible.
Oh yeah,
you know,
branding them with
his initials.
Right? Yeah. No, clearly his initials, but
yeah.
he said it was like the symbol for like air.
It's like earth, wind, air, and fire, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, hang on.
Fire being the cauterizing pen.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Earth. He doesn't need to put the symbol for fire because the fire is implied. Hang on. Where's? It was Earth. Oh.
Yes, Earth, wind, and fire. It was a 4 carbon
elements. Earth, air, wind, fire. Yeah, on the pelvis, on the pelvic area.
His area.
In ceremonies which were filmed by members.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was reading through the BBC article though, and it was like 6 shocking things we've learned.
Yeah, I'm on that article now.
Yeah, so it was 2,000, $2 grand for his birthday week. Like everyone was chipping in 10 grand. I'm going to bring it up now.
Okay.
So we've got $2 grand fee to celebrate the birthday week. Grooming a young girl to take her virginity.
Yep.
Solitary confinement, 2 years over weight gain, punishing slave and master system. I mean, a secret society called DOS, I imagine meaning 2, just based in Mexico. I imagine that's what it's all about. You know, the 2, the slave and the master thing. Doesn't say.
Oh, that's within it. Yeah, that's within it.
And this is it. This is the brand.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff, man.
Yeah, that's nasty.
But there was one thing that I was reading. I can't remember where it was. And I'll try and bring it up while we're talking. And it's talking like, because it was a self-development thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was given as a self-development thing, and they're trying to get him on fraud charges to do with that, because they were buying, higher and higher levels in this organization and spending an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but does it remind you of any other kind of self-development group that's heavily in Hollywood?
Self-development group.
I mean, if I say Dianetics.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, right, well, yes.
And they're trying to get them on fraud charges for that. And then there's other groups that can do it because they've got even more money behind them, and, have certain laws that help them. And I just saw so many parallels between that, apart from this whole fuck the top dog thing. Which separates it to just being classic cult.
Indeed.
So anyway, there's our preface. What's the question, Matt? I went off on a tangent because I love talking about cults.
Well, I guess the question is, how do people, well, it's a sort of a 2-tiered question, really. How do they get people? And how can people break free?
All right, how do they get people and how do they break free? Damn, son.
Yeah.
Okay.
In case there's any people listening who are in a cult, we're here to help you.
God, could you imagine if we saved someone? That'd be fucking tight, wouldn't it?
It would be. It would be crazy.
Right. So how do they get help? I think that's a simple question to answer. Or one avenue in which they get you anyway. There's a lot of people are searching for things in this day and age, especially community.
Yes.
We're all really connected at the moment through Facebook, through social media. I can call you in Japan and we're talking in real time. My girlfriend was on a call with her mum. I was on a call with my mum. They live in the same town. They both live back in England. And we flipped our phones around. So they were able to go completely around the world to talk to each other in real time. Like, that's how connected we are at the moment. You can literally circumnavigate the globe and, you know, talk to someone with like a second or two of lag. That's nuts. But also, we're less and less talking face to face. You know, you walk outside, everyone's on their phones, or, you know, trying to get to their job, you know, the whole rise and grind mentality. And then we get home and then we just go on Facebook and just fucking shout down shit that we don't agree with. So we're connected, but we're not socially connected anymore.
Right.
And that's a big pull, because we need it. We're social animals. That's a given, right? And you've got this guy saying, we've got this fucking great community where we're trying to change the world. You know, we can help you become a better person. Come and join us. It's going to be sick. And like, that's seductive. That's a really seductive message, you know?
Well, it's the same thing we were talking about last week when it came to like politicizing stuff.
Yeah.
And how stuff becomes political.
It's the tribes.
It's the tribes. And it's for the same reasons. Like cults and these kind of extreme political things operate in the same way. We can offer you something that you're missing. So it's probably rife, I would imagine, and it's going to get it will likely get worse. The thing is, though, what's more insidious with the political stuff is that it's different groups radicalizing each other, basically. Whereas with a cult, it's like it's sort of specific things that are making people feel this way, and it's getting them, bringing them in.
That's this thing is the cure for everything outside that, and then you've got this us against the world mentality, which again is a really appealing message, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
From a tribal perspective, that you're the good ones, you're the good guys, and everyone out there is not even the bad guys. You know, they could be the bad guys. That would be an attractive enough proposition. But even if you're the good guys, and then everyone else needs saving.
Especially when it's. I mean, you can see how Keith Raniere would get the women he got. Like, you can see very easily how he would. I mean, considering it's women in Hollywood. And if you're a woman in Hollywood, I mean, for all the posturing that people in Hollywood do with regard to sort of women's rights and equality and feminism, it's the worst place to be if you're a woman, probably, because you are essentially a fuck asset.
Well, we were talking about the casting couch last week.
We were,
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, when you're sort of meat, it's easy to turn to someone who's considered basically meat and go, I don't think you're meat. I think you're great. I think you can rise above, because they're putting you in this box and you can rise above it very, very easily, and we can help you do that. All you have to do is pay this, and it's just like a little, just a second of pain, just a little bit of pain, and then you're made.
But think about what you're going to get out after this, risk reward kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And when you consider like the actress, I mean, Alison Mack, the actress who's involved in it, since I think I can see how she fell into it completely, because she's one who, the only thing she's been in that I'm aware of is Smallville. I've not seen her in anything else ever. Like, Smallville was like the pinnacle of her career, and she was in it for, I think, pretty much its entire run.
Yeah.
But that ended, and after that, she dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because she was involved in this thing that she dropped off the face of the earth, or if she, like, Smallville ended and she had nothing going on, or to be cast in stuff, she was being asked to do stuff, and then she went, no,
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. and then it just takes Keith Raniere to appear and go,
Yeah.
well, I have an alternative.
Yeah. There he goes. He's dying, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm dying ever so slightly. I'm still on my feet. It's all good.
Yeah, even in this article, it says that she's known for the US television series Smallville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Just above that, I'm looking above that. So I must take full responsibility for my conduct.
Probably so.
And
I would imagine.
And
so.
she must. And good on her for doing that, because there are others that wouldn't. There are a lot of others who would literally just play the victim and completely refuse to accept any responsibility at all. I'm not saying that doesn't absolve her of anything.
No,
at all. But
I'd be interested. I'd be interested how much responsibility she wants to take for it. Not as in that she doesn't think that should be taking as much. I would be interested if she's thinking that she should take more in place of this Raniere.
That's a possibility as well.
You know, because obviously there's some bad shit that she's done. She was like, it says here, she recruited women to join what was purported to be a female mentorship group that was in fact created by and led by Keith Raniere. So there's that shit that, straight up needs to take responsibility for her conduct. If she's saying that truthfully, then sweet, that's cool. But I'd be interested if she doesn't want to take more of that responsibility for the kind of hold that he had over her. Because you don't know how deep, you're in that, and how deep you're in this web of lies and promises and shame,
Yeah. Still drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just too easy. It's too easy to get people on a promise of a better life and better things.
But at the end of the day, isn't that what we want? That's all we want.
Yeah.
Sort of the easiest meaning of life is to have the best damn one you can, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you can help a few people along the way, I imagine that's a good meaning of life as any, really. Have a good time while you're here. Don't be a dickhead. Help people out as much as you can. I'd imagine that's quite a good philosophy. And you come to one of these groups, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you a better person. Chances are there's going to be some kind of mission behind it where you're trying to help other people because you want to get them into the cult so the cult leader can fuck them all. But that message is going to be switched around in such a way that it's going to, you're there to help them. It's either the bad guys that you need to make into good guys, or these people are just lost outside the compound walls,
Yeah. I mean, the other side of it as well is that people naturally look up to and revere other people. So there are cases where there is someone genuine who is trying to do something, but followers of that person, people who like that person, who listen to that person, become sort of disciples and followers of that person, and act in a way that's not necessarily good. You know what I mean? Like the guy who what's his I can't remember the guy's name, but he was an avid follower of Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
And he shot up a congressional. He shot up a baseball game that was. It was like a sort of a friendly baseball game between Republicans, and he shot it up and injured a senator.
Right.
And it's like, I don't think Bernie Sanders is advocating violence. I've not heard him advocate violence, but this guy was like, these people are in our God King's way, and he got out a gun.
Yeah.
That's the fella.
Yeah. So this is James T. Hodgkinson.
That's the chap.
Identified as shooting a Republican member of Congress and 4 others on Wednesday morning.
And this is, I mean, this is kind of what we were talking about before, where he's been radicalized. I mean, you could say he's been radicalized by Bernie, but I don't know if he's not been radicalized by the amount of vitriol thrown at the opposition to Bernie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why there's so much violence, political violence now, and it's because it's all being stoked.
Yeah, of course it is.
But
I mean,
but coming back to,
there you go.
No, but coming back to cults, I mean, you can see. I mean, there are times when there are people, particularly on YouTube, you can get people who are very charismatic and very opinionated, who garner a following, and that following starts to get more and more
janky.
Kind of janky. Exactly. Janky is the word. Janky is the word.
So, I mean, so you think there's, regardless of the message behind it, that some people can sort of become self-fundamentalized over a cause or a message?
Yeah. Well, I mean, particularly if they recognize what this person is saying in the world, they recognize it and they go, we have to do something about this. We have to fight against it. And it's a big issue. And how to pull people out of that is a difficult thing.
Because at the end of the day, that sort of becomes like a core belief for someone, and beliefs are very hard to change, aren't they? They're very hard to, that makes up who you are. And I think, that's partly why we've got this sort of this polarization, because everything's a belief now. And the more and more you ingrain that into your personality, it's very hard to change that in someone.
That's true. Everything's a belief, even when it's just either a concept or something that, like, people say, do you believe in climate change? And it's like, well, what do you mean? Why is there a belief there? Why should I need to believe it or disbelieve it? You can just look at the facts.
Yeah.
And make a decision based on the facts. So do you believe in equal pay? And it's like, well, hang on, what do you mean, do I believe in it? Like, that's not belief either.
Yeah.
That's, again, looking at the facts and making a judgment based off it.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's nothing to do with belief.
For the second question, what a fucking dumb question as well. Do you believe in equal pay? Who's going to say no? Who's going to say no to that?
Right.
Fucking dumb question. But I know what you mean. Well, it comes back to what we've probably said every single week, that we live in this post-truth world. So now, so you've got objective truths that, my name is Lee. That's an objective truth. That is it. The sky is blue.
Or is it?
Well, could be. Just don't let Interpol know that I'm hiding over here in Wellington. So you've got those, but now we've also got like the subjective truths, that should be beliefs. We're exchanging, we're mixing up definitions now, that truth and belief mean the same thing.
Right.
And that's where we've kind of gone a bit wrong here.
Where fact isn't necessarily objective anymore.
No, because we're mixing up belief with fact.
Right.
Fact is something that can be proven.
Indeed.
And there's a right or wrong answer to it. That's an objective truth. I know you can make 1 + 1 = 3 in some kind of mad mathematical way, but like in sort of normal mathematics,
I don't know how.
it's some like weird janky way of doing it, but you do it in like quantum hyperspace mechanics or whatever. That's a made up thing, but there's a way to do it with like imaginary numbers and stuff like that. But normally 1 + 1 = 2. That's an objective truth.
Right.
But then
Okay.
you start mixing this with beliefs like, well, for example, a lot of what's happened at the moment with the whole the thing with the ban on abortions in like 6 states.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, that's an objective truth. You can't really have an objective truth about abortion and when that should be done, because that's a very ethical thing, and you're not going to be able to get an objective truth on that, because if there was, then you'd probably just have that's what you can do, because there are
Yeah,
different beliefs involved.
if there was, we wouldn't have a problem.
Exactly. So
And that's the thing.
there's
Like,
no objective truth behind that answer on when it's right and when it's wrong, or if it's right or if it's wrong to do that. That's a belief at that point. That comes down to your ethics and your morals and a whole lot of other stuff that really shouldn't be left to, a couple of guys in a big room with suits and ties talking about it. There's a lot more to it, but there's no truth there. That's a belief. And we're starting to mix these things together in this post-truth world,
Well, it comes to morality as well, because when you look at abortion, there is the fact that that's on a moral, the fact that that's sort of a moral binary is absurd.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Because it's literally the most murky.
Yeah.
That's the murkiest issue.
Yeah.
On the left, on the left-right divide.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that say you can't be a moderate on abortion, and it's like the only way to look at it rationally is to be a moderate. Like, there's no you can't. There's no.
If there was one way
you can't
into
tell
that,
you can't tell me there's no middle ground between none at all and
absolutely
kill it
not.
whenever we want.
I completely agree with you, because
you can't tell me there's no middle ground there.
There's no single starting point to that end point, is there? There's no single point from getting pregnant to abortion. There's no single point towards there, and that's why you can't have an objective truth about it.
No.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
And then it kinda.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you on it. But that comes down to, again, that gets used. I mean, there are sort of extremely pro-choice feminists who are who have been videoed dancing around, talking about just proclaiming that fetuses should all be destroyed.
Christ.
And it's like, stop.
I mean, for one, don't fucking dance around that,
And it's like dancing and chanting.
Jesus.
And it's, I mean,
that's tough, man.
If that's what you truly believe, then you don't have a baby.
Yeah.
Done.
And exactly.
Don't have, you know what? If you believe that, don't have sex.
Yeah.
Because that could lead to a baby. Become a lesbian.
Yeah.
Because there's no chance of you getting pregnant if you're doing it with a lady.
Yeah.
Like, there are steps you can take to make that a part of your life, but do not try and push that on everybody else.
And that's a big thing at the moment. I mean, for one thing, you said a really key thing there. If that's your belief, which is exactly right, it's a belief at that point. As soon as it's a belief, there's a spectrum, isn't there? There's a spectrum of belief.
Well, belief flies in the face of fact, and it flies in the face of proof. Like, there is no proof that there is a God.
No.
There is no proof that there is not a God.
Mm-hmm.
It is belief.
Mm-hmm.
Proof denies faith, and without faith I am nothing. That is God.
Damn, son, did you just make that up?
I heard that in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Nice.
I don't know. It may even be a Bible quote. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's the second you prove it, the second you prove the existence of God, which is impossible. But let's say it was, hypothetically. If you could definitively prove the existence of God, then there would be no need for any religion at all, because it would just be a truth.
Yeah.
Like, why believe at that point? Can you imagine if that happened? There suddenly there was definitive proof that one of the many gods that people worship on Earth is the real one.
Yeah. Well, like as soon as you said that, I was thinking about it, and I still thought that would bring problems. It would still.
That would be.
I reckon it'd still bring problems.
I mean, it would bring a different kind of problem.
Yeah.
It's like, this one is real,
and
it's like, fuck. And then let's say it was the Christian God that was real.
Mm-hmm.
What are the how many billion, maybe 2 billion Muslims going to do about that fact? What are the Taoists and the Hindus? What are the atheists going to do?
Because
my God, that would be so funny. Like, because atheists are some of the most annoying fucking people.
Well, again, let's preface that the loud ones, and
the amount of egg on their faces would be hilarious. Can you imagine Richard Dawkins umming and ahhing over that? Like, fucking Christ.
But if
I like Richard Dawkins as well, but to see him like umming and ahhing over that would just be hilarious.
I think there'd just be different problems that would come of it, you know.
Well, there would be a massive increase in nihilism across most of the world. Or people would try and destroy God or some shit like that. I don't know.
Become God and God, it'd be like an action novel, wouldn't it?
It would be a hell of a novel.
I reckon we'd mess ourselves up. I reckon that the first few months, years would be chaos.
Oh Jesus, would it ever?
And maybe that wouldn't even end. Damn, that's a good question. I love cults, but I love this question too. God damn it, Matt, this is a fuck. What would happen if there was definitive proof of God?
What would happen? So what would happen if there was definitive proof of God? And so what would happen if God appeared in the sky all over the world simultaneously?
Yeah.
And said, "You have all been worshipping me."
Yeah. It's all the same. I started it all. I'm the real one. That
you just have
told in different ways. You've had different interpretations, but I'm the omnipotent being that created it. Sorry, I don't look like all of your pictures. I know I'm a little bit shorter than you thought. But honestly, I've got the powers, does some powers, and we're like, shit, he's the real deal. Well, some of us would say he's the real deal. I think that's the first issue. I think even when presented with facts,
in this post-truth world,
even when we're presented with facts, not everyone believes that. That's the first thing. That's the first thing that would happen in the ultimate proof that there is a God. Some people aren't going to believe it.
Well, if it was just like God appeared and was like, "Hey, I'm the same God you all worship," and then he vanished, it would be the problems would still be there that we have, and it would take like a God appearing and giving essentially the Sermon on the Mount speech and unifying the planet in values. Or unify most of the planet in values for it to be like, okay, done. There we go. But then people wouldn't believe that either.
No.
People would be like, oh, so it's a conspiracy to try and get everybody to believe the same thing.
Yeah,
to try and control people.
Because you've got to deal with all the conspiracy theorists first, who believe nothing. Like, we're talking about the hardcore conspiracy theorists that just think, you know, everyone's after them, everything's staged. Their dog's got a listening device in their collar, and the government are beaming things into their head through satellites. Then, you know,
I have no idea. Like, what would Alex Jones do? What would he think?
I was watching his podcast again with Joe Rogan. I watched the whole thing again. It's good to refresh. They've got animal human hybrids, interdimensional beings and they're taking LSD, and it's just a mind trip. Oh yeah, but what would he do? I don't know, man. Well,
I have no idea. I want it to happen now just to see what he would do.
He believes in the interdimensional beings.
Maybe that's what he would think it is.
And I mean, actually, because I watched it the other day, he does think there is a God, like this sort of consciousness being at the. Yeah. So maybe
he's
it's like
consciousness. Yeah.
Maybe he's like, "Yo, told you so. My work here is done."
Yeah. Did I send you that video of Alex Jones rants as an indie folk song?
No.
Ah, dude, you got to look that up.
I'll have a look at that.
It's brilliant. It fits surprisingly well. But obviously, like, NXIVM are not the first cult, nor will they be the last.
No.
And I looked at some other cults.
Okay.
And there are 5 that I have here.
Okay. Shoot them out.
So one is the People's Temple.
People's Temple, bringing that up.
And that's the Jim Jones.
Oh, this is Jim Jones, 1955.
Jonestown. Yeah. The Jonestown. Is it the Jonestown Massacre or the Jonestown mass suicide? Yeah.
This was the Kool-Aid. This was the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, this is the Kool-Aid guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than 900 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, and this is a guy. I mean, he was talking. He was looking at the because this is during the Cold War, and he was looking at the best places to survive a nuclear holocaust. And he chose. It's like playing on the fear of. I mean, I don't know how honest that is, but I mean, he was playing on the fear of nuclear annihilation. And he went down to Guyana in South America to build Jonestown.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah.
And
the temple is best known for the events of November 18th, 1978 in Guyana, when 918 people died in a mass murder at its remote settlement named Jonestown, as well as the murders of US Congressman Leo Ryan and members of his visiting delegation at nearby Port Kaituma airstrip. Single greatest loss of American civilian life in a deliberate act prior to this September 11th terrorist attacks. Fuck.
Yeah. And they killed it. They killed a congressman. Yeah. I think you just mentioned that they killed the congressman.
Yeah, US Congressman Leo Ryan and members of his visiting delegation.
Yeah, because he was investigating rumours of abuse. And nothing says there's no abuse happening here than killing the guy who's there to investigate you.
Yeah. But
nothing to see here.
All you got to do is just find the thing that people are worried about and say you've got an out. You know? Cold War, threat of nuclear annihilation. That's a big deal. You know?
Yeah. And
fear of death. People are scared of death. You haven't done enough in your life.
That goes beyond fear of death. That's fear of everybody's death, like the death of humanity. And we will carry on in Jonestown. So that's you can easily see how people got taken in by that. Because he built it up in California. This is California again. Like, he built it up in California. And, no, he built it up in Indianapolis and then moved it to California.
Yeah, so founded in Indianapolis in 1955. Yeah. Then moved to California in the 1960s. Established several locations throughout the state, including its headquarters in San Fran. At its peak, the temple boasts 2,000 members. So 3,000 to 5,000 more likely.
Yeah, so it says while it went from less than 100 to thousands. California, man. California is like
that's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah, and it gets even deeper when we go on to our next cult.
Okay,
The Manson family.
Oh Christ, yeah.
Which was also California. California.
I'm saying Keith Ranier's a bad dude. Well, you can't get much worse than Charles, can you? Mr. Charles. Crazy Charles.
I mean, they...
Look at this dude. I'll bring him up.
Oh.
Just the crazy eyes, man.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
He's getting a bit poorly.
Oh, fucking hell, there he is.
I
know he died.
He died 2017. Yeah, he was getting poorly. That's still a crazy dude.
Look at that motherfucker. He's got a swastika on his face.
Yeah.
Because of course he does.
Just a bad dude.
But California again, man. California again.
California. Can you see it highlighted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can start highlighting things on here. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Quasi-commune based in California. So he's like a troubled guy. Like he spent most of his life in and out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sort of, I don't know how he became a guru, but he sort of positioned himself as a guru.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a charismatic guy, attracted a group of followers, mostly female, like Keith Raniere, who became known as the family.
Yeah. It's that sense of tribe and community, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
High Ashbury. High Ashbury is a cool district in San Francisco, man. Very, very free love.
But this guy's like a nutcase, though. Like absolute nutcase. Like his Satanist Scientology is like his doctrine was Satanism, Scientology. It was like a mishmash of different stuff.
Yeah.
He was predicting. He thought there would be a race war.
Right.
He was trying to frame. So he wanted to instigate a race war. Right. He wanted to instigate it by blaming the Black Panthers for his for the murders.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Well, that's why because he broke into. Are these the guys who killed Roman Polanski's wife?
They killed a lot of fucking people, man. Right, crimes, Bernard Crowe shooting, Harry Hinman murder, LaBianca murders.
Because she was done by a cult, but I don't know if it was him.
Oh, right. Okay. So, murders of Tate, Sebring, Fulger, Parent, and Frykowski. On the night of
Sharon Tate.
August 8th, 1969, Manson directed Watson to take Susan Atkins, Linda Kasabian, and Patricia Krenwinkel to Melcher's former home at 10050 Cielo Drive in Los Angeles and kill everyone there. The home had only been recently rented by celebrity couple Sharon Tate and director Roman Polanski. Being away in Europe, working on a day at the beach at the time.
Right. And she was pregnant at the time.
Yeah. 8 months.
So, nasty fucking guy. Nasty guy. And they didn't get death because they just abolished the death penalty. So, yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? How you go from free love hippie movement to let's kill some people.
To let's kill this pregnant woman. And all these other people. It's mental. You go from peace, love, and all that to there's going to be a race war.
And then, like the next day, they're killing 2 more people. The next night, 6 family members. Oh, 6 family members: Leslie Van Alten, Steve Clem Grogan, and the 4 from the previous night. 6 family members of the family, in quotes.
Oh, okay, right.
Drove out and killed Leno or Lino and Rosemary LaBianca. Damn, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, so that's 3 in California.
Yeah. Where else
Now,
we got? What else we got?
We have Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. I remember Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate was founded in the 1970s by 2 Americans.
Okay.
Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles, who believed that they were the 2 witnesses referenced in Revelations 11. They gained followers by preaching their apocalyptic prophecies in California,
San Diego,
and Oregon. California, man. California again. That's 4 out of 4.
This guy's got this, like, again, right. So 2 things. How do you get out of it? Look to your leader. Does he have mad eyes? Does he have a like? Does he look nuts? Because here's this guy. Look, I'll show you. Jesus, they're all nuts. Look at him.
Oh dear! Wow.
He's got the crazy eyes, man. So this is Marshall Applewhite, apparently.
Yeah.
They've still got a website.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these guys are still around. Jesus.
Halebot brings closure to Heaven's Gate. Right. This is it's one of those old school websites, so I'm going to stop sharing it because it's really offensive to the eyes. Right. Right. So we've got Red Alert coming in a GIF from the top. But yeah, you can get on here, just type it in and then add .com at the end. Whether Halebot has a companion or not is irrelevant from our perspective. However, its arrival is joyously very significant to us at Heaven's Gate. The joy, in italics, is that our older member, capitalized, in the evolutionary level, capitalized, above human, that's all capitalized, the kingdom of heaven, in quotes, has made it clear to us that Halebot's approach is the marker we've been waiting for, the time for the arrival of the spacecraft from the level above human to take home to their world in the literal heavens. Our 22 years of classroom here on planet Earth is finally coming to conclusion. Graduation from the human evolutionary level. We are happily prepared to leave this world and go with T's crew. If you study the material on this website, you'll hopefully understand our joy and what our purpose has been here on Earth. You may even find your boarding pass, in quotes, to leave with us during this brief, in quotes, window. There's a lot of quotes here, man.
So here's the silver lining with these guys.
Yeah.
They didn't kill anybody except themselves. They killed. So in March in 1997, 39 of them committed suicide because Halebot was approaching, right?
Oh, okay. So they've just left this up then.
Yeah. So 39. So in 97, Halebot was approaching. They thought the UFO was coming behind it to like sneak to Earth.
Yeah.
And 39 of them killed themselves.
Well, because that's what I was going to say.
To prepare for transition.
When you said no one died, I was like, this sounds like a lot of people are going to die.
Yeah, no one died except them.
Reading through this, I was like, well, if this thing's... I didn't realise that Halebop had already come. Like, I was like, if this is going to come in like a couple of weeks, like, they need to get down to their fucking compound because someone's going to get like the Kool-Aid out. Because this, there's a lot of quotes on here and they're just saying, we're going to go now. See ya.
Yeah.
That's fucked, man. But yeah, their website's still up.
Jesus.
That's nuts. I wonder how long it's like up for.
Well, that's the question. We should add a disclaimer now. We go to their website with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go. We're not telling you to go, but go if you want to go. Because we think they're nuts. We think they're nuts.
Yeah. Realize that all of this is rabbit hole stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I mean, but California again. Like 4 out of 4. So I mean, the last 2 we're going to move away from America.
Okay.
But Jesus, like, what is it about California? Like, what is it about that place that's turning people insane?
Mm. Well, I mean, the first thing, like from Nexium, you've got that kind of, you've got a very good niche there. You've got people that are trying to break into the entertainment industry, which is a hard industry to get into.
Mm.
So any kind of leg up into that situation is going to be greatly received. I'm sure it is. If you're desperate to do this, if this is like the thing you want to do with your life, it's going to be really tantalizing to get into that. Also over there, you've got all the big tech as well. That's got to be a rise and grind, really cutthroat world as well. If you can get a leg up there, it's going to be really attractive. So I guess there's a lot of ambition there. And there's like a lot of untapped ambition as well.
Yeah.
So while you can be you could be the the best computer programmer in the world, but if sometimes it's not who you know, it's who you blow.
Yeah. Or it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And who you blow.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't know those people, you're like, fuck, I need to do this. I need to do this with my life.
I mean, well, that's something that, I found that in just doing drama at university.
Yeah.
And being involved in the arts at university. The more you kiss up to the people in power, the more dick you suck, the more likely it is you're going to find success.
Matt was always sucking dick at uni.
Well, no, I wasn't. And that's why I'm teaching English and not in Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's just, but in Hollywood, it's even more acute. Yeah. Because it's everyone there. I imagine, like, I hated drama at university. I hated it because it was so bitchy and backstabbing, and every smile was fake. And you transplant that, turn it into a city, and
go again, Matt.
Just full of people who are, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people who are there, who are dreaming big, who are your friend to the extent where they'll be your friend until they can stab you in the back.
Yeah.
And they'll throw you under a bus at a moment's notice. And that fucks up your brain.
Yeah.
And it makes you vulnerable to Keith Raniere or Charles Manson or whoever.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
So, maybe that's part of it, though. You've got all this untapped ambition, and you've got these people with real drive, and they need to do these.
Yeah, and charisma.
Yeah.
And who have been taught to follow and kiss up.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, lest people in California think we're dogpiling on California. We're moving way away from there now.
I would like to say I love California. It's my favorite state in the States.
Okay. Well, moving away from there, we're going to my neck of the woods. We're going to Japan.
Okay.
To Aum Shinrikyo. Oh fuck. Aum Shinrikyo.
I'm gonna.
Asahara Shoko is the leader of that. So he was influenced by the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
He got a lot of followers and a lot of financial donations. And it just expanded quickly. I think he hit people. I think he got people in power. And it just expanded and expanded. These guys are not like Heaven's Gate, in the sense that they were a bit murdery. They were incredibly murdery. They attacked the Tokyo subway.
Shit, Sarin attacked.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes. And it killed 12 people, but got 5,500 sick.
Yeah, here we are. Just Tokyo 95.
You've been to Tokyo.
Yeah.
You know how fucking crowded those trains are.
Super crowded.
The second there's going to be panic, there'll be a stampede, and I think my number that I've got here, 12 dead, is
13.
Is wildly,
13,
yeah.
13.
That's what I thought that number was wrong. Yeah, I think 13 is wrong. I think it's probably more.
Yeah, it's 13 apparently, seriously injuring 54 and affecting 980 more. Some estimates claim as many as 6,000 people were injured by the sarin.
And that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
At all. Think about how many people are on those trains.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it. They didn't do it when the trains were quiet. Like, there's no way.
There's no reason to, is there?
Exactly. Right.
It's shock and awe at that point. But these guys are still going.
They are. Yeah. They've
changed to Aleph. They've changed to Aleph.
There was an attack. Fucking at New Year, someone drove a van down a road in Tokyo. I think it was down in Harajuku. Someone drove a van down and tried to mow people down.
Yeah, on January 1st,
2019 Tokyo car attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
A sympathizer
in Harajuku.
Damn.
Yes. We've been down that road, man.
And it was down that the Harajuku road.
I think so. Yes, because it's Takeshita.
This is right.
Yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know Harajuku's big on pop culture, and it's really popular in Tokyo. And Takeshita Street is your main road through that you walk through Harajuku, and you've got all of the cool shit in there. And that's basically what, if you go to Harajuku as a tourist, you want to go down Takeshita Street and just drink it in. I mean, we did it. It was one of the first things that I did. I was like, I want to go to Harajuku and go down this. So we went down there one of my first days. Yeah, damn.
And the street is narrow. It's a narrow street.
I mean, look at that. You've got 5, maybe 6 people across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people across. So you've got that's nothing.
And this was on New Year's Day when it's going to be crowded. It's going to be incredibly crowded.
Yeah. Damn.
So, I think the main guy, Asahara Shoko, was executed.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think they still have the death penalty here, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And they hung him.
Damn.
Yeah. But they expanded like crazy, and they had 50,000 members at their peak. He wanted to overthrow the government.
Fuck.
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. I mean, right. So, go on. You said you got one more.
I got one more.
Okay.
Oh, last one. The movement for the restoration of the 10 Commandments of God.
The movement for the restoration of the... There we are.
Founded in Uganda in the 1990s.
There's a really good documentary on sort of Christianity in Uganda as well. God loves Uganda. So I don't know if there's going to be anything that's sort of broken away from that. They were really hit by the what do you call them? People who go over places and be like, we're going to turn these savages into Christians.
Missionaries.
Yeah, they got hit hard by missionaries. So God Loves Uganda, if you like a documentary. But yeah, tell me more about these guys.
So this sounds like the start of a joke. It genuinely does. So they were founded by 4 ex-Catholic priests, 2 ex-nuns, and an ex-prostitute.
And they all walked into a bar and said, let's start a cult.
They all walked into a bar, yes. So they believed that they had received visions from the Virgin Mary.
Right.
And that the Roman Catholic Church had neglected the 10 Commandments.
Okay.
So they were kind of going with the whole. They were going with like hardcore Christianity, I guess.
Right.
Hardcore.
Right.
But they were a world-ending guy. These were world-ending guys.
Right.
So they had a prophecy that the world would end on New Year's Eve, 1999.
Uh-huh.
And when that didn't happen,
Yeah.
because it never happens,
No.
they altered it to say that it would end on the 17th of March, 2000.
Oh, right. And then when that didn't happen,
And when that didn't happen, well, for them it did, because on the 17th of March, police arrived at the scene of an explosion and fire
fuck.
to find hundreds of group members dead.
Damn.
It appeared to be a mass suicide, but more bodies found at different sites made it appear more as murder.
Fuck.
And the leaders were never found.
That's janky as hell, man.
Yeah. So we don't know. They don't know if they died or they fled the country.
Right.
And they don't know why it happened.
Fuck.
So many believe. Interestingly, many believe that the members, because when they said that the world's going to end New Year's Eve 2000, group members sold off their possessions and things.
Right.
They sold everything in anticipation of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So, and when it didn't happen, they obviously were pissed off, I imagine.
Yeah.
And people suspect that the members demanded that the leaders pay them back for the possessions that they sold. So they were like, yeah, no. And then apparently the solution to that is murder them all and do a runner.
Yeah. Take the money
hundreds, hundreds of group members. Explosion and fire. That's Daenerys Targaryen level destruction right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's mental.
Damn, and here's me saying that bloody, what's his name? Keith's a bad dude. You got all these kill cults.
I mean, Keith is can you?
He still is. Yeah.
This is the thing. Like, he's been caught now, right? So he's been caught and he's on trial. If he hadn't been caught, we could be. I mean, there's every possibility that he'd be another one. Like, I mean, you can see it leading. I mean, when you look at him and you look at what he was talking about, he's basically declared himself a genius and the arbiter of morality. So what happens? I mean, I hate to go back to Game of Thrones, but what happens? What about all the people that don't agree that that's right? We know what is right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, eventually it's going to become something even more sinister than it is already. So Hollywood actress. See, here's the thing. Looking back at NXIVM, saying the cult membership reportedly included Hollywood actresses, plural. So we only know one. Alison Mack is the only one we are aware of.
Yeah.
Heiresses, plural.
Yeah.
And even the son of a former Mexican president.
Yeah.
So they went high up.
They went big. They were
powerful. And this guy reminds me the most of the Japanese dude.
Right.
That's who he reminds me of the most. The guy who declared war on the government and tried to gas. I mean, he was going for maximum damage, that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see him. The only thing that would stop him doing that is that the public transport in California is bollocks.
Yeah. You got the J train.
Yeah, and that's that's it. So, I mean, where would he? I mean, where would he do? I mean, you can see him going to somewhere like LAX
Mm.
and having like 10 or like a dozen women with gas,
Mm.
just like releasing it. I mean, it's good that he's been caught,
Mm.
because it could have been far worse, and it probably would have gone far worse. Mr. Raniere, prosecutors say, billed himself as the smartest, most ethical person in the world, comparing himself to Einstein and Gandhi. I mean, fuck. You know?
Yeah. I'm trying to go back on their website now, because obviously it's gone. Unfortunately, we're closing enrollment on the NXIVM program.
I love how they're still acting like it's all legit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it happened with
unforeseen circumstances.
Did you hear, like, it was last year or 2 years ago, you had that fire festival? Did you hear about that? And then that had the same thing when it all like blew up. I was watching it happen on Reddit. Like, it was just nuts. Like, people like texting out of Fire Festival, and like there were videos coming out, and it was nuts. That was a nuts like weekend thing to watch the news and just see this thing crumble. And if you see the documentary on that, that's incredible as well. But then you'd go on the website and it'd be like, so unfortunately we can't put on the thing that we wanted to. We're really sorry. Blah 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 blah. And there was just like chaos behind it, you know.
Yeah. Well, there was a YouTuber called there was a YouTuber as well called, I think, Tanner, who's very, very. There was a similar thing that happened with her, where she set up some kind of festival in LA, and I don't know if it was a scam or whether she just set it up really, really badly. I think it was maybe more the second than the first, but I can't be sure.
Yeah.
Where she oversold it, got by thousands. So people were just waiting outside.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster, and people were like freaking out. And it was the middle of summer, so everyone was dehydrated. There was no place to get water.
Yeah.
It was just a mess. And it strikes me as that she's either stupid or a genius. Well, not a genius. She's either stupid or it was just a massive con that she got caught in immediately.
Yeah. Crazy. Right, so I got back to where did I get back to? 2002? 2006, so May 2006 on their website. What is NXIVM? So we start off with a quote. Humans can be noble. The question is, will we put forth what is necessary? Can you guess who that quote's by?
Humans can be noble. The question is, can we put forth what is necessary?
Yeah.
So that's not a quote from Keith, I guess. It's a quote from someone else.
Of course,
it is a quote from Keith.
Of course, it is.
Oh, okay.
NXIVM and executive success programs. So you've got latest blog headlines here: The Mystery of Pain, Emily Dickinson; Music Strands, The New Music Mecca; Oh, and Check the Oil, Please; The Science of Breath; and Finding Rhapsody on the Mac.
Emily Dickinson, that's a familiar name.
Emily Dickinson was a writer, wasn't she?
Yeah, it's a familiar name.
Yeah, I think
was she involved in this?
No, I think Emily Dickinson was like a Victorian writer. Yeah, she was an American poet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, American poet.
Okay.
So they've got The Mystery of Pain, I would imagine, would be a poem by her talking about pain and being a woman, and probably trying to wrap that into suck my dick sort of thing. Keith's trying to get his dick sucked through this. It's a poem.
Okay.
But back to the page. So on the main page, we've got human evolution has clearly demonstrated tendencies that vacillate between awe-inspiring rises and cataclysmic falls. As time has passed, our capacity to excel in either extreme has increased or even on the smallest of levels. Each act of human excellence raises mankind to new heights. Each fall, each act of destruction is a mindless regression. While many have sensed a need to break away from the primitive patterning that keeps us from a path of continuous progression, few have thought it possible. Without reading the next paragraph, it's going to say, we've got the answer. Yep. NXIVM is the turning point, a remarkable development in scientific and psychodynamic understanding, education, and technology that can facilitate this transition so the pattern of humanity's rises and falls can actually be broken and transformed. We find ourselves on this earth with the resources, intellect, and creativity that can generate abundance for everyone, or enjoy or destroy all that we have created. NXIVM represents the change humanity needs in order to alter the course of history. NXIVM, is a new ethical understanding that allows us to build an internal civilization, come live at my compound, and have it manifest in the external world. It allows us to explore our most fundamental nature, but we're going to sort of like primal urges and stuff here, I can imagine, and begin to redirect our power of creation, sex, a power that we all possess in a very human sense. It is a place where humanity can rise to its noble possibility. The NXIVM technology is imparted through the Executive Success Programs Incorporated, programs that provide the philosophical and practical foundation necessary to acquire and build the skills for success.
See, when you just listen to it, it's obvious.
Yeah. When you, in hindsight,
I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, obviously, it's completely obvious what he wants.
He's saying it straight up. Come and live in my house, suck my dick, and you'll be safe.
Yeah, it's like Negan.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he had his wives, didn't he?
He did. He had his wives.
Oh, damn! I never saw him as a cult leader.
Well, yeah. In a lot of ways, Rick is a cult leader.
But
in some ways,
I never drew the parallel between like him having all of his wives and having worship him. Idiot! How was I so dumb? Just because I was watching it for the zombies. That's why. Just watching it in my pants, eating crisps. That's why.
Yeah.
Hindsight is so obvious, right?
Hindsight's 2020.
Damn.
It's
creepy looking back on it as well.
Yeah. Well, you've got to be. You've got. I mean, how do you draw people away from? See that you can look at that, and you can look at the warning signs there, where it's like, you can see that there was stuff going on, but what do you do? How do you get people away from it?
You can see the warning signs there, but I imagine, let's do an experiment. I'm going to find a self-development program by Tony Robbins, obviously one of the best life coaches in the world, philanthropist, great guy, helped tons of people. I bet we go on his website and we read one of his events, and the wording is going to be very similar. So can we buy something from Tony Robbins? And this is not me saying that Tony Robbins is a cult. I think he's a top dude. He's got a lot of good shit to say. Right, so first one that comes up: discover the tools necessary to make your life extraordinary. Ultimate Edge.
Okay, so I just thought of a thing. The way to differentiate maybe between someone who is actively discussing ideas and someone who's a cult leader, I guess, would be, what do they say? Do they say I have the answer, or do they say I have an answer?
A lot. I mean, from being in the self-development world for a lot of time, you get a lot of snake oil salesmen who say they have the answer.
Right, and that's the cult leader.
Yeah.
That's the charlatan.
Well,
Whereas if you say I have an answer, that's different.
let's find out then. So right, I found a course that we can buy from Tony Robbins. Pretty sure he's not a cult leader, I would imagine. God hope he isn't. I like Tony Robbins. Right, so tagline: discover the strength inside you to overcome obstacles, achieve success, and create a meaningful, fulfilling life. Now that's some damn good copy. You know, I'm like, damn, that's getting me jacked up, right?
That's very nebulous as well, though.
Yeah,
that's nebulous enough to where you could, and that's not being specific in the sense of do this, and you'll be fine. It's saying it's like a meta narrative.
If we look at the other one though, if we look at NXIVM, that was pretty nebulous as well.
I suppose.
But anyway,
maybe this is how they hide in plain sight.
I think it is. So if we get into the actual copy, so why do certain people succeed while others fail? What is the key to a life of achievement and fulfillment? Tony Robbins asked himself those questions over 40 years ago when he began this journey towards life mastery. And after studying the world's happiest and most successful people, he found it. The answer is now available to you. Ultimate Edge.
Oh, God.
So this copy is giving us the answer as well.
Oh God, yeah.
You know?
Jesus.
A clue where or how to begin. Ultimate Edge creates concrete, easy to use tools to break through barriers and create the results you desire. So it's all saying the same thing. So it's very easy to hide in exactly how, like what you just said, how it's easy to hide in plain sight.
Yeah, it's a flawed. Looking at it, it's a flawed distinction because you have to think about marketing.
Yeah, and that's if you all say about giving someone something, isn't it?
Yeah, if you say I have an answer, it's not as powerful as saying I have the answer.
Yeah.
So it's about marketing. So really, that's a bit of a flawed distinction I put forth there.
Yeah, because if like you market anything. What marketing is the answer to something?
Yeah.
Gillette, the best a man can get. Like, that's the shaver that you need.
Yeah.
Not these other shit ones. You need this shaver. Any kind of like beer or something. What was it Carlsberg that did like, if we don't do this, but if we did, they'd probably be the best in the world, insinuating that their beer is the beer that you need because it's the best in the world.
Yeah.
So what it's doing there is sort of it's tapping into this cult of consumerism, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Damn, but you're marketing something even greater. You're marketing a purpose to someone, a way to get better to someone, a leg up to someone. That's better than a shaver.
Part of the way to defeat that would be listen to multiple people and listen to multiple ideas. Expose yourself to different ideas.
Well, that's so easy in practice, isn't it, Matt? In theory, that's so easy in theory. But more and more, we see that people don't do that. And I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, weren't we? Where we were saying that
things are set up specifically for that not to happen.
Yeah,
because particularly on social media, where you can bubble yourself easily, or the algorithms can bubble you into different. Into an enclosed space, an echo chamber.
Yeah, and I think we were saying it a couple of weeks ago, where we were saying like it's mad how people can't do that, and then I was sort of saying, I wonder how much it actually happens to us, regardless of trying to see both sides. Because I know you try and look at a lot of news from sort of both sides. I look at none of it.
I try to,
but I try and look at talking points from both sides. And I still I still wonder how closed off we are as well, and other people who do that,
Well, wondering that is one way to kind of.
I guess so. Yeah.
To kind of go like
to break the spell. Yeah.
To have it, at least in some way. Because I don't know if there's a way to fully break the spell. It's just as long as you're aware of the spell's existence.
Yeah, if you just walk away from it, I guess that's the way to break the spell.
Yeah.
You do what happened in that film Labyrinth, where you go up to the Goblin King and you say, "You have no power over me," and he breaks.
Yeah.
Where David
Him and
Bowie
his
breaks into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, him and his bulge break into 1,000 pieces.
Damn that bulge.
Damn that bulge.
R.I.P. R.I.P. David Bowie.
R.I.P. David Bowie and bulge.
R.I.P. David Bowie's bulge. Kidding. So we know how people get into it because it hides in plain sight, and
yes,
you're marketing something very, very attractive and very it's almost like a prime need, isn't it? For that self-actualization and self-realization. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right at the top is that fulfilled life, isn't it? Basically. You've got your eating, your drinking, your shitting at the bottom, and you've got having purpose and a legacy at the top. So you sell that to someone with a good enough marketing copy, and that's the easy part. But getting out, then you go to what we were talking about, beliefs, where beliefs are very different now. Well, I say they're very different now. I wasn't alive 50 years ago to see if they're any different then. They probably weren't. It's just more vocal how we often change the definition of what a belief is and say it's more of a truth than it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I can give a good answer to that. In which case, my answer is you're probably fucked if you're in a cult.
Well.
No, that's a flippant way to say it.
People have escaped.
That's a flippant way to say it.
Before.
Yeah.
People have escaped before.
And I think actually probably the answer is what we were just saying is opening your mind to other beliefs, opening your mind to the awareness that there are other schools of thought there. You might not agree with them, but
listen and read.
That they're there, or just to not even reading, just to understand that they're there.
Yeah,
because as I've said,
you've got to engage. You've got to engage with them somehow. Because I don't doubt that Keith and Charles Manson and all these people knew those ideas were there. They were just going, well, they're evil, and you don't need to listen to them.
But they don't need to escape the cult, do they?
Well, no, but they have a vested interest in making these ideas less palatable.
Yeah.
So it's a case of engage. You have to engage with the idea, otherwise, you really are fucked.
But I mean, it's one thing for them to disagree with it or agree with it, but they're in a place of power. It's the guys below, because I mean, with a lot of these places, I imagine it's going to be very hard to get information in.
They won't have the internet.
No.
I mean, when you look at Manson and the Jonestown, this was pre-internet.
This is So you're working on very limited information sources. Well, you're working on probably only a little bit less than everyone else was, but information is power, isn't it? How do you stop it? It's breaking that conditioning, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. We have the internet now, and people are culting themselves.
Yeah.
Because of algorithms and because of how the internet is regulated and controlled, or not regulated and controlled. It's very easy.
Do you reckon anyone could ever start like a good cult?
I guarantee you, every single cult starts out as a good cult. It starts out as apart from probably Manson's, which was like Satanist and horrible.
Yeah.
But you start out with good intentions. Like the Jonestown guy, he just wanted to preserve his intention
Humanity,
was we want to preserve humanity,
Mm.
and it went way too far.
Mm.
I don't know about Keith. I think Keith was. I don't think Keith had good intentions at any point.
Just reading that thing back in 2006, man, it just looks like he's DTF. He's down to fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, there's at no point. I mean, there are people who do have pure intentions, I suppose, and people that don't.
Mm.
You can never be sure. Like charismatic master manipulator can get whatever they want.
Because that makes me think that they're not necessarily set up for good intentions, because you've got a very specific type of person setting these up, haven't you?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. Like the Messiah complex is something that manifests in some good people sometimes, but mostly not. If you think it's your destiny to do something, then you believe you have some divine thing behind you, and you believe that everything's in your way, and you have to destroy it.
I mean, thinking about what we said before, I'm kind of trivializing it by saying good and bad, because that's just polarized. We're not. If we go back to what we were saying earlier about the spectrum, it's not just good and bad, is it? It's not yes or no. There's this whole spectrum in the middle. So don't know where I'm trying to go with that, but
yeah. Well, it's how far do you go on the spectrum before it's
too late?
Yeah, before you can't go back.
Can you have a positive cult then? That's what I think I'm saying.
You could argue that religion, I mean, religions aren't, there's the thing with religions, they're not necessarily bad, but they're not necessarily good either.
Well, there's
good and bad in every religion, isn't there?
I've heard a fantastic definition of the difference between cults and religion. So the difference between cult and religion is that they're all run by these really charismatic leaders. But in religion, that guy's dead, and in the cult, he's still alive. That's it. That's the only difference, apparently. And that made me chuckle. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Was that Rogan?
It's probably there somewhere. Yeah.
I heard Joe Rogan say that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But
he's right.
That's just on my earphones while I'm at work. So there's a lot of subliminal listening to that. So I'm probably getting a lot of my information from there. The cult of Joe Rogan.
The cult of Joe Rogan.
That's where I pray.
I think I was listening to one of his before we started.
Which one?
One of Joe Rogan's.
Yeah, like which one? Who was
the one with Michael Malice.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Well, he was. I think he's been to North Korea, and he's talking about North Korea.
Damn. Okay.
And I think that's what interested me in it.
Yeah.
But they were talking about like bath salts and meth, so I don't know if he gets into it at any point. But that's another thing, like Kim Jong-un and his situation.
Yeah.
Very, very culty.
Yeah.
Replace God with the state.
Yeah.
You're looking at Mao with that, and you're looking at Stalin with that.
Yeah.
And Hitler you're looking at.
Isn't it funny? Like I've noticed all the way through this, now that you've said like Mao and Stalin, that a lot of cults start in the left.
Well, and Hitler. Well, Hitler was socialist.
Yeah, he started socialist.
national socialist. Yeah.
Yeah, he started that way. Well, at least the policies were that way, and then went, off the political spectrum into killing people. But
Yeah.
it's funny how a lot of them start I think 3 out of the 5 that you showed me, they all started in a very liberal area. They all started with very similar views.
4 out of the 5.
Yeah.
Or at least they got big. They got big in California.
And they all had very similar, Manson, you got the hippie free love thing. That's pretty lefty, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of their teachings, it was a communal thing. So you got like the whole communism thing.
Well, the disenfranchised are easily taken in by things like communism and socialism. Because it's
an attractive thing rather than the political standing. That's more attractive than the boot of the man on your neck, which that makes complete sense, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. And in the case of the Japanese guy going to war with the government, it's
that's against the man, isn't
by
it?
force.
You're against the man at that point, sticking it to the man. That's another.
And that, yeah. I mean, when you think of California, and you think of a lot of the people. I mean, when you think about how it's the drama school thing, and the arts and all that, where people who are artistic are often, not always, but often more left than they are right. There are exceptions to that.
Yeah.
That is a generalization.
As a generalization, I can get behind that. Yeah.
And California is very arty.
Oh yeah.
So it's, and when you come through when you come through higher education as well.
That's very lefty. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, almost unilaterally.
I could not think of a right wing class that I've been in. No.
No, I can't. Like, maybe, but here's the thing though. We both came through humanities.
Yeah. That's our cultural lens speaking out, isn't it?
Yeah, and the humanities is very, very lefty. But if there are people in STEM, I mean, we've got friends who did STEM.
Yeah.
Who did like physics and maths.
And I wouldn't think their views are very different to ours.
No.
No,
not so different. No, not so different.
I wouldn't think so. I don't. We've on occasion, been at the pub talking about politics because, of course, that's the best place to talk about it. And I don't think I've had.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I don't think I've had a debate with anyone on it.
No. Well, our friend,
which is a bit boring.
Our friend who works at Jaguar.
Who
is it? Jaguar, JLR. Our friend who works at JLR, who's an engineer and very, very successful.
I thought he was going to say and a very beautiful man.
He is a very beautiful man, but he's when we've talked, we don't often talk politics really with him, actually.
No.
But when it comes up, he's more of a liberal dude than. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I haven't really discussed it often with him.
I've never discussed it with him.
Like, I mean, Brexit has come up. I think the thing is, like, well, Brexit's a complicated one, but obviously JLR is a British company.
Yeah.
And Brexit's going to affect it.
Yeah.
And affect it, more likely to affect it negatively than positively.
Yeah.
So
one would assume.
Yeah.
Because no one fucking knows, but that's another topic, isn't it?
It would be interesting to talk to him about stuff like that.
Yeah.
As someone who's not from the same lens as us at all.
Yeah. Who else have we got on that side? I'm going to reach out to some people in the next week. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have a conversation with a few people.
And see who wants to have a natter.
Or no, just
people on the show.
Or
just chat in general.
I want to put down a few sort of what do you call it? Just put out some feelers and see what people like, what people's political views are. Just have a sort of a big chat talk with them myself and see how different their views are to me.
To be honest, I don't know how many people would even respond to that.
Yeah,
particularly these days. I think I think it would have to be in person because it would be like you going up to someone with a clipboard and saying who you're going to vote for. Like people do not respond to that at all. So
open invitation here. Anyone who does not consider themselves a lefty, so centre onwards. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a lefty, but for sake of argument and for sake of ease, because we're in a polarised world at the moment, anyone who doesn't consider themselves a lefty, centrist and right, get in touch, and we'll
or anyone who. Well, I would say anyone who thinks it's bullshit, but we think it's bullshit. So,
yeah.
So that would just be talking to someone who's like us. There are people who. I've got a potential. There's a couple of potentials. But we'll see. We'll have to. That will be a future one when we've got a few of these out. But
in the meantime, I'm going to close out with an open invitation. Anyone who thinks they are conservative in their views, get in touch with me, and I'd like to just not even online. I want to just chat to you, see what's going on. Not for this show, just for my own personal interest.
Yeah, totally. And if you're married, bring your wife, and we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see about you joining our cult.
Don't call it a. Oh, you fucking idiot!
Sorry,
you fucked it up.
I'm new to this.
You fucked it up.
Sorry.
We were so close, Matt.
We were so close.
So close to fucking all the wives.
Oh, God damn it. Damn it.
What a place to end.
Yeah. What a place to end. I'll work on the pitch for next time. I'll work on it.
You need some better copy, Matt.
Yeah, you know what? Send me like a transcript.
We'll put
things I should say. Yeah, we'll put one together.
I know, right? So here's a competition. We're going to put together our cult like entry text next week, and then we're gonna put them up on here and see who wants to join whose cult. Winner fucks the wives. How about that? A gentleman's bet of wife fucking.
Winner fucks the other one's imaginary wife.
Winner fucks all.
Or put the wives on the table.
Yeah.
And yeah.
See where the night takes us. Well, anyway, as always, like, don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. You grown-ass people, do what you want to do. Any final words, Matt?
Expand your horizons. If something seems like a cult, it probably is. Or actually, no. If something seems like a cult, read other shit.
It's either self-help or a cult or just some piece of marketing. Don't let them fuck your wife.
Be wary of people who promise the world.
That's good fucking advice, man. And remember, we're all in The Sims, and they've taken away the fucking doors. So, there's that as well.
But with a monthly donation of $2,000, we can put those doors back. We'll put the toilet back, and you can pee in the toilet. You don't have to pee yourself. We just want to help you.
Join the revolution. Join the doors revolution.
Join the coffee revolution.
The coffee revolution starts today. Bring your wives. Later.